I know you hear the beat. It's not a beat. I don't think people understand why I do these. Because it feels wrong not to, sometimes. I wish I was motivated to actually put more things on here, regardless of how I am. Because if this could touch one person and make them feel better or okay about themselves, it means everything. That was the whole point of my music. That is the whole point of my music. So I feel like I have to do this. Does that make sense? You ever felt like you had to do something, like it was undeniably instilled in you, in your core, that you really couldn't even describe, but it was just pushing you right to the edge of saying, it might not be the best thing I gotta do, but it's necessary. That's one of the moments like now. It's weird. Most of the time I do a video like this, it's because I had a bad day or a hard day, and it's, tell you about shit fucked up in my life. Today's, right now is, total opposite. I had an amazing day. It was great, and I just feel so, grateful, and alive. I had two friends help me out today in different ways, but I haven't known either of them for that long, and it was just refreshing how awesome they were, how social, how cool, how generous, how human they were. It's different for me. Maybe finally I'm attracting the right people in my life. I'm hoping. But regardless, I'm there for everybody. I can't close any door for anybody. I'm available, open door policy all day. That feels weird to certain people, if they feel somebody wants to help or at least be there for I can't give you no fucking money, I can't, I ain't financially good, but I got the ear for you and try to give you my little advice, and if you take it, you take it, you don't, but I told two people today that as I've gotten older, I realized I can't necessarily help people. It even hurts to say, because I'm such a helpful fucking person. I thought that was the goal, just to fucking help people, and the goal is to learn that you really can't help people, but you can plant seeds. The best way I could interpret it. And even bad ones. It's not necessarily all the trees are just gonna grow up and just be huge and no. You plant bad seeds, rotten fruit. I've done it. We all do it. But I just want to plant big ass motherfucking trees. So I grew that shit. Just plant the trees that are gonna grow. They're not gonna be judgmental and nourish and instead of judgmental. I don't like the funniest thing is about judgment to me is, do I not like judgment because I don't want to judge other people, or do I not like to think of judgment because I don't want to be judged? That's a hard fucking question. I think a little bit of both. But mostly because I feel like it hurts me to judge other people. Like, it's hard. We all have our guard up. I get it. Like, it makes sense. Fight or flight. Like, the whole nine. But I've realized that the only way you'll really accept people and really be a part of people's lives is if you stop judging them. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to spend every waking second with that person. But if you stop judging them, you'll really start to see life in a different way. And you'll start seeing yourself and other people. And those people in yourself. And you'll start having sympathy and compassion and remorse and, for the people that hurt you. And you start really vibing with the people that, like, are vibrant with you because, like, you guys have the same energy and you embrace it. And it's so wonderful. Like, I love being around people that are good people, and I even hate to say that because I know we're all deeply good people inside, but some of us don't believe it, and I don't know. I was gonna say something different, but maybe that's the only thing to say. Most people don't believe it. It's hard telling somebody that you're amazing, and they just like are astonished to hear it. Like, wow, like I haven't heard that ever, or I haven't heard that in a while, or do you really mean that? And it's like, I've always meant that, but do you believe it, like, for yourself? Like, do you think that's actually what I'm saying? Because that is accurate on my accord, but there's the seed. Let it grow. You're awesome. Amazing. My buddy Aaron on here, I'm not gonna say a last name or whatever, but me and him got into a little debate over the Army a while ago. And it was me having my opinions in the sense I don't believe in war and the Army, you're fighting for the, like, I had judgments. But, like, I see that brother just, like, living his life and going places and doing things and experiencing life. And I don't know if he has a significant other, maybe, but I don't think so. He's just on his own, like, being a rebel with the cause, and I love it. I see it. Like, my brother just saw Starry Night. Most likely knowing him, the original Starry Night. Like, just at the museum. And, like, the brother has so much culture and so much love in his heart. Like, shout out. I just got on here to just ramble, as people have told me. Who cares? That's what we all do, right? I'm just having a great time doing it. Seriously, it's like, I almost get dumbfounded sometimes when I think about, like, how excited I am to be here, like, now. Like, it's weird how I've done almost a 360. It doesn't seem like that because I don't make that much money. Like, I don't have all the things that people think, like, mean something to them. But the gratitude is, like, skyrocketed because, like, I feel like I'm really starting to open my eyes that it's okay. Like, I know I have things to deal with myself. I know I have to better myself. but I better myself through experience. And just because some people might not agree with the things I always do or don't do, it feels weird sometimes because I feel like I'm happy and I show that I'm happy, and I don't know why people can't be happy with me regardless of what's going on, you know? And it's hard for me. I'm learning to let go. I'm learning to be more patient. It is an absolute practice. It's discipline, and wish I grew up in a fucking army home where I had more discipline or whatever, like, who knows, but, because I feel like that's good discipline right there, to a certain degree, but discipline is discipline in itself, and my parents did everything they could, but I was just really fucking stubborn. Rebel with a cause. No, rebel with flaws. No. Rebel with all. I think I'm motivated to do more videos like this because I listen to a lot of lectures and they help me. It's the only reason why I like doing these, because like I said, if it hits one person, like, it means so much. Like, you have no idea how much one person affects everything. Like, you have no idea how much you affect everything. God. Talk about bliss. Really seeing it for what it's worth. And I heard in a lecture once, it's funny because it's like third person. Ram Dass said that his guru, Maharaji, I think it was Maharaji, told him everything was perfect. And that's why I said it's like third person, because it went down to Ram Dass saying, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, basically. And saying, what about starvation? What about, rape and murder and torture and, like, everything that's horrible? Like, how can you say that's perfect? But he didn't see it like, like I tell people nowadays, and it makes more sense to me. It's hard to think that it's absolutely perfect, but it makes more sense to me that all those things are lessons, and they make you who you are. They really, like, to see a girl that's been through a lot, means something to me, like, but it means even more to me that, like, when she overcomes that too, and I know she has so much strength to overcome that, not necessarily saying she has to, but, the lesson in it is to prevail, to see, to learn, and it's so fucking hard for us to learn because we're, like, instilled in doing the things that we normally do out of repetition. But the funniest thing is, if you know that, that's when you break the cycle, that's when you reverse it, that's when you add different things to it. Learn so much, and like, I don't pat myself on the back for it all being kind of self-taught. It's just that I was curious. Curiosity killed the cat. And summoned the dog. I like being weird. I think it makes me unique. my mom and my family and this and that, they're like, I'm the opposite of the black sheep. And I try not to be like that, but I also feel like I need to give back. And guess what? I ain't got no money to give back. So I try to get back in my presence. I try to get back in my knowledge. I try to get back in what I learned. I try to get back in all that. And some people, like a lot of people don't ever really know what they really want. Like every time I think about like what I really want, like I just like it's undefinable, like. Because I know, like, deep down inside, that's not, like, exactly what I want, Not because it's not okay for me to want that, but it's unnecessary. Like, life is good in itself. It's weird. It's so, like, great and refreshing to think like that, in my opinion. That, I heard in a lecture once, like, always back to the lectures. I heard in a lecture once, anything that you've accumulated after birth is like a bonus. Like you were smacked on your ass. Giving life, breathing, Everything after that is like so much of a bonus. But we don't look at it like that, And, like sometimes you need little fucking like keys to open up those doors in your brain and think like, it's what it is. I love having those like super gratitude moments of like, it almost feels selfish a little bit to feel that good about yourself. Not because it's like conceited, but because like you have gratitude for like being here. But then like the second question comes in, like not the second question, but like the next gratitude is, now you need to find out why. Why? When I narrow it down, I think it's to relate. I think it's to be compassionate. I think it is to experience pain. As crazy as it sounds, nobody really wants to inflict pain, but we all kind of do a little bit, don't fucking lie. But to experience pain, but pain is a tool. It helps you learn, It's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel type of moment. Like, like through the darkness, you actually have to get to the light because you can see it, like it's always showing itself. But some people like sitting in the darkness. Who doesn't like to fucking sit in the darkness? We sleep in the darkness. Who wouldn't want to be in the darkness for a little bit longer than usual? I've been there. Darkness is comfortable sometimes. I need it. But for some reason in my head, I feel like you just can't stay in the darkness because either you're going to take yourself out or the lights are just going to put, like, there'll be no, like, I don't feel like the light will ever go out completely, but there's always a way back. I feel like that's what the Bible tells you, and I've never really even read the Bible, like, but that's what there's always a way out of the darkness. And in my opinion, it's always out of your own way. I tell people that I know right now, and they can either think I'm crazy or they don't really know how to do it, and like, or whatever the case scenario. Like I tell them, third person. It's a video game reference. Third person. Take yourself out of who you think you are and step back and look at yourself from a different angle and just watch. got to be kind of funny if you like were really to get into it, because you probably would step out of yourself, look at yourself, and nothing would be happening. Like a little bit, nothing would be happening at first, because it would be so sudden to see yourself from a different angle, and you're like, wow, there's really nothing really in there. That much. Here's your next key. I have a beer right here. It feels so fake not to drink it, because I'm gonna drink it. I always have to fucking hear about drinking on camera, you know? Smoking weed on camera, you know? I always gotta have a cigarette when you do songs. Who cares? Why is it that big of a deal? You know, why do you think, like, people, like, socially do drugs or drink or this and that, or even people that do it, like, heavily? Like, why do you think they do it? Like, some of them are trying to get away, or some of them are trying to enhance their life where they could be more closer to the truth, or, like, the fact of the truth. So, sometimes, like, doing shit to enhance your life, like, it's not that wrong. Like, a lot of people are scared because they don't want to, like, abuse things, and they don't want to become addicts, and they don't want to, like, fools, and they have all these fears that wrap around the decision. Now, I think that, like, that's fear in itself, in my opinion, like, to be wrapped around the decision to do something. Okay, here's another good example. I've been there, and I get it. But I hear it a lot, and it makes me like, I don't know, somebody that can't hang out because their significant other has a choice on it. Like I said, no judgment, no criticism, no this or that, and the third, just, it feels a little weird. Like I said, I've been there myself. Like, you're not going out tonight. You're staying home. But it's like a little weird. I mean, we're not talking about leaving the kids fucking at home by themselves type of scenarios. But I mean, somebody's at home watching the kids, there's no kids, whatever the case scenario, like, but your significant other's like, no, you're not going out. And if you were to ask them why not, they probably wouldn't be able to give you that answer, but they probably think to themselves, because I don't want you to. You know, I would feel like that's weird. Like, you have to get a decision from another person. I went on a date with a girl once, and she liked this guy. She's like, oh, like, I really like him, you know, like, I want to go on a date with you, but I really like him. I'm going to have to find out if it's okay if he says we hang out. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, that's how I felt about it. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Who's making our decisions nowadays? Because oddly, it doesn't feel like us that much, or like all the time. And it's a little strange, like I said. I keep saying there's no judgment, because there's really no judgment involved. Like, not even criticism, just like curiosity, like just actually paying attention. That's it. I mean, I do things, I hope people pay attention to them. Obviously I do, because they're either part of my life or they're not. But I hang out with a lot of overthinkers, and I am so part of that party. But I'm trying to cancel myself out a little bit. Not because I don't like being part of the overthinking party. I do. I love a good question. Or a thought. But I know there's a discrepancy in it. I love words. I know there's a discrepancy in it, because overthinking is much. You know? It's a lot. You know? Do you have control over that? That's when you have to ask yourself that. You believe that you're starting to overthink, you have to ask yourself, can I control this? imagine somebody saying, yo, like, I've been really trying to quit drinking, or I've been trying to quit smoking, or I've been trying to fucking quit playing video games too much, or eating, or going, you know, like, just working out too hard, like, I'm hurting my muscle, like, whoever, like, who knows what it is, whatever the addiction is, like, imagine him trying to give those things up, and he can't even give his own thoughts up, he can't even control his own mind, and he's trying to actually control physicality. Interesting. I guess most people don't think like that. And just because I give you all these keys doesn't mean that I fucking use them all the time. I don't. Like, I'm a dumbass that always gives advice but never takes it. I think we all do that a little bit. I'm trying to wisen up for that. I'm just trying to get back, and I don't know any other way to do it than to try to help us with all the issues in our lives. I mean, I could have done it with money. I mean, I still could do it with money. And, like, just help people out with money, but, like, it's not edging the roots. And we need to dig the fucking roots up and find out what the fucking issue is. Like, the real issue. Like, we need the cure. We don't need the medicine. Like, the medicine is what's fucking us up. Because we think we have a cure and we don't. Because we just keep using the medicine, using the medicine, using the medicine. And the medicine inevitably is just using us up. Because it's not the cure. And I'm trying to find the fucking cure. And I know I found a lot of the pieces of the puzzle. But just because I found the pieces of the puzzle doesn't mean that I can't sit here and expect the fucking puzzle to put itself together without me actually putting the pieces in and cementing them down. If I don't instill what I've learned, then what was the fucking point? And I kind of get why people don't sometimes take me seriously with these things that I say, or the music, or this and that, because A, it's a lot of criticism if they think I'm a good influence, and B, am I actually instilling the principles and the things that I'm learning on myself? And I'm not really doing that so much. You know, put the practice what you preach type case scenario. But I don't care. Like, I'm already past, like, the flesh. I'm, like, past it. If anybody that can understand that statement, please, like, give me a round of fucking applause. Like, I'm past the bullshit. Like, the complete disregard for our amazingness, or the acknowledgement of the amazingness. You know, how fucking, like, I hate to, like, put us down a little bit, but how fucking, like, twisted for us to, like, not ever, like, really accept it. Like, we accept a compliment and we accept a put down, but we never accept the fact that, like, we're beyond both those. Like, we're just fucking greatness. It sounds stupid. It sounds like so fucking outlandish for me to say shit like this, because, like, people have no feeling of that. And it hurts my heart. People not to feel, like, amazing and great about themselves, of who they are and who they become, and how, you know, awesome it is that they're here. And I said, I think at the beginning of this a long time ago, like, what's the purpose? Like, the purpose is to understand that, like, you are a complete ripple in a pond. Like, you are the butterfly effect in itself. You are doing everything, you know, but it's also in the perspective of how you feel about life. Like, if you see life as a bad thing, like, your life is gonna look like shit all the fucking time, because your perspective is like, the lens is right on that negative shit, and you're used to it, and it's okay. I know it sucks. It's so fucking hurtful, and it hurts so bad. I know. I've been there. I've been to that side of town. And guess what? I didn't run all the way to the other side. I stopped in the middle because I knew that it was always going to be good and bad, because it distinguishes itself. Like, it's the opposite. It needs each other. It's a perfect balancing act. It's like, you can't see a yin yang without having black or white, or like having the dots. Like, it would just be empty space. Opposites to everything. I'm gonna tell you one more thing before I go, just for shits and giggles, because it's so funny when I say this, and I don't know if I've ever recorded it, but it always sounds fucking nuts, and I love it though, because it's just amazing that every once in a while I think about this. I don't know, it just comes out of nowhere, but like, it's fucking, it brings me closer to life and Earth. Sometimes I'm thinking about, like, Chris, are you on acid or shrooms? Honestly, no. Now, did I come up with this concept when I was on acid or shrooms or whatever, or hallucinogenic or whatever? I probably was high or drunk when I thought about it for the first time, but I don't think it was like a LSD. But I was sitting there one day and I'm looking. Don't know if it was inside or outside, but I was looking at a structure and I was thinking to myself, isn't it fucking wild that everything that this structure is made out of is from the Earth? I know, that's some like high dumb shit to think about, but like, it's fucking crazy. Everything's made of the Earth. It's erected, it goes up, big skyscrapers and towers, but it's all from the fucking Earth. It couldn't be. Like, it's here to be here. Like, it's baffling for me to think about things like that a little bit, because it's like all part of one infinite thing to a certain degree. You know, it was even crazier to hear somebody explain the concept that, what is it? All the minerals we need supposedly have like 3 different structures. Like, there's like rocks that are all minerals, that have minerals in it, and then there's like gas that has all minerals in it. Like, it's just so interesting. So fucking awesome. So fucking awesome. Alright. Sorry, Mom, if you watch this whole thing. I know, blabbermouth me. I'm hoping you didn't watch this whole thing. You probably hate it. But I love y'all. And thank you for the wonderful day today. You know who that is.